Verse 6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars.
You shall hear wars and rumors of wars. We see it every day. Every day getting more and more and more. Russia, China, Afghanistan, Syria, South America, Venezuela. All these different places you hear wars and wars and wars. Read on.
See that ye be not troubled.
Those that keep my commandments, don't be worried about that thing. Why should we not be worried about the death and destruction that happens to us all the time? Read on.
For all these things must come to pass.
These things must come to pass.
2,000 years after the departure of Jesus the Christ, the prophets are back to teach the real Jews, the 12 tribes of Israel, their true nationality. This is their campaign.
Sis. Hey sis, you know what goes on in the last days? Do the Christian church tell us what goes on in the last days? You said what?
No, I'm listening.
I'm asking a question. Does the church teach us what's going on in the last days? What do we expect in the last days? It don't tell you, right? Read this. 2 Ezra 16, 14.
2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 14.
Bring it out.
Woe to the world and them that dwell therein.
Woe means destruction.
That's right.
Destruction to the world and those that live in it. Read on.
For the sword and the destruction draweth nigh.
The sword, meaning war coming on. On this point, you see it now. You turn on the news, you see Russia, you see China, you see Afghanistan. So what the hell is going on? The sword. Read on.
And one people shall stand up to fight against another.
One people gonna fight against another. Read on.
And swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men.
There should be sedition among men. Sis, you remember January? What happened in January? You said what? Right. You see white people running up into the White House. That's sedition of men. They coming against their own government. We ain't never seen nothing like that since 1776. Read on.
And invading one another.
Invading one another. Afghanistan, Sudan, Syria, all the places of the earth. Read on.
They shall not regard their kings nor princes.
They don't give a damn about the leaders of these countries. Right? Read on.
And the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
Say what?
And shall not be able.
A man shall what?
Desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
A man should want to go to another country, another city, but he won't be able to. Don't that sound like right now? Right now. Where's your passport, nigga? You not going nowhere.
Right.
This is the last days. Sit, read.
For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, and houses shall be...
What pride are they talking about? Who is the proud one of the earth? The white man. Esau, the Bible speaks of.
Right.
Read on.
And for because of their pride, the cities shall be destroyed. The houses shall be destroyed.
Don't you see this in the news every day? Wherever the white man goes, get that Malachi. Hold that. Get that Malachi 1. Everywhere this so-called white man goes, he destroys the place.
That's right.
He destroys it. You see it. It's evident. But we didn't know that was biblical. Read.
The book of Malachi, chapter 1, verse 3.
Bring it out.
And I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Verse 4. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished.
We are impoverished. Read on.
But we will return and build the desolate places.
This is talking about the Dark Ages. It said we're going to this is called the Renaissance, the rebirth of the white man in power. We're going to rebuild and return our desolate places. Read on.
Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build.
They shall build.
But I will throw down.
That's when Christ comes back and makes his second return. He will destroy America. Read on.
And they shall call them the border of wickedness.
The border of wickedness. The beginning and end of all wickedness.
That's right.
That's what happened. Go back. How you doing, sis? Now, we're talking about living in the last days. Right? Do you understand we're in the last days? What should we be doing in the last days? Get 2 Peter 3. What should we do in the last days?
Teach.
Tell me what you know about the last days. Sis, what do you know about the last days? What is the church, Christian church? Go to Christian church. What do they teach us about the last days? So what?
They're telling you the time that's coming, you know, gonna happen and stuff like that.
What kind of stuff's going to happen?
You're seeing it every day. The earthquakes, you're seeing everything.
Right. Okay, hold that, get Matthew 24.
You see the fire, you're seeing everything.
Right, exactly. Christ told us the same thing's going to happen, right? But the Christian church doesn't give you details about what these things are going to happen, right?
But you're seeing it.
You're seeing it, right? But the prophets are going to give you understanding. Read this.
The book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 14.
Start up at verse 11.
Verse 11. And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many.
Actually, let's get context. Verse 3.
Verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples.
Don't be going away. You're reading the scripture. Oh, you're reading, looking right there? Okay, read up, listen.
And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming?
When shall be the sign of your coming? He was asking the disciples asking Christ, when you coming back? How are we going to know you're going to come back, right? Read on.
And of the end of the world.
The end of the world, right? Now when it says end of the world, hold that. You know what I want, 2 Ezra 6. When it says the end of the world, you think God's just going to kill the whole earth? Blow up the planet?
No.
So what do you think he means?
You're gonna see the fire coming.
Don't see the fire coming?
Water coming and what's
Right.
coming.
The Bible has all answers, right?
Yeah.
Read that, 6:6. Verse 9.
Verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world.
So Esau is the end of the world. Esau means what? Wasted away is he. That's the so-called white man, right? You see white people, right? Once they get to age 25, 30, they start withering away, right? They start withering away, they start looking old, right? Now, that's the biblical name of the so-called white man. So it's saying Esau is the end of the world. Meaning what? The end of the Gentiles ruling.
Right.
All these other nations that rule, the Chinese man, the white man, the Arab man, the Indian man, all these people have had rulership of this planet. But the black man, when was our power? When was the last time we was in rulership? Under King David and King Solomon. That's the last time we was ruling this earth. But it's going to happen again. Keep reading.
And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
So Jacob, the 12 tribes of Israel, is going to be the world to follow. And that world will never end. That's the kingdom of heaven that the Bible speaks of.
Right.
You understand? Read on. Go back. Because they said, in the Christian church, they say heaven is up in the sky, in the clouds, right? With little white angel babies, right? With little wings, naked, running around. Well, why people like little naked babies? What is that about, right? Now read this, go back.
Matthew chapter 24, verse 5. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ.
So many shall say, I am Christ. You jumped to read verse 4.
Verse 4. And Jesus answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you.
Take heed, listen up, that no man gonna trick you. No man gonna trick you, just like that serpent in the Garden of Eve. That man took Eve. Christ is saying, yo, the same thing gonna happen again. Don't be tricked. By who? That's what we gotta know. By who? Read.
For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ.
Saying, I am Christ. I am Christian. Who is this? Look at that right there. Saying, I am Christ. Interesting. Read on.
And shall deceive many.
And they'll deceive many. What's the most popular religion on the planet? You said what? Christianity. Christianity. Christian church that tells us God's laws is done away with. So I can rob, I can steal, I can murder, I can abort my baby, right? I can do all these things. I can eat what kind of food I want. I have to keep the Sabbath day. I can do whatever the hell I want to do. I'm washed in the blood of Jesus. That's what they say. Being deceived. Many are deceived. Read on.
Verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars.
You shall hear wars and rumors of wars. We see it every day. Every day getting more and more and more. Russia, China, Afghanistan, Syria, South America, Venezuela. All these different places you hear wars and wars and wars. Read on.
See that ye be not troubled.
Those that keep my commandments, don't be worried about that thing. Why should we not be worried about the death and destruction that happens to us all the time? Read on.
For all these things must come to pass.
These things must come to pass.
We used to scream black power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. Iuic has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. Iuic, we deliver the truth.